Alright, welcome back. This is quick tip number 6. This is farming with melons in mind. Now, at the time of making this video, you guys should probably be right around island level 24, 25. So, what I want to start with is this is what our farm should look like. Let me just get rid of my HUD for a second. Just gives more screen, I guess. So anyways, what we have here is the layout for our melons. We're going to have a half a stack right next to our mine. And we're going to give 2 spaces because that's going to allow our melon to fall over to the left and then our melons to fall over to the right. So we're going to go 1, give 2 spaces, do 2 rows, give 2 spaces, do 2 rows, give 2 spaces, do 2 rows, and then you're going to have 1 row that is untouched dirt. Now what this is going to do is this is going to make it exactly 3.5 stacks of seeds for each side. So you'd be at exactly 7 stacks of seeds to farm your entire lower half, or to plant your entire lower half. But since we're not on melons yet, we can actually turn all of this into farmable land. However, this video is to talk about how to keep melons in mind. And what we're going to do is, even though this dirt isn't farmable, isn't hoed up and ready to be planted, we're going to think about that at the end of the episode. But for now, what we want to do is basically get our first floor ready for melons so that when we come in here and plant it all with regular crops, we don't have to worry about the way that everything's set up, because as soon as we're ready to unlock melons, we just rip everything out and we have exactly what we need. So you guys should unlock melons before even needing a second floor. You're going to have 1,000 growable crops on this side and this side put together before you even unlock melons, I believe. So with that being said, I'm going to buy some dirt, and I'm just going to put this first side together with you guys. It definitely looks like I need to get rid of some stuff though, so one moment. Okay, you know what? Let's just talk about it. So your crop size, which is how much dirt you need, it's going to be 14 by 32 on each side. It's going to be 14 wide, it's going to be 32 deep. Now, that's 548 dirt blocks each side. So that's going to be 996 crops that you can plant on the first floor. But anyways, if you guys are wondering how much dirt you need, get 1,000 blocks of dirt. That's going to be plenty and all you need. Definitely just, you only need like 250 at a piece or at a time. So I wouldn't worry about buying all 1,000 at once. It gets pretty spendy, especially in the early game. So yeah, go ahead and buy up 1,000 dirt, because that's all you're really going to need. And then you're going to need some torches so that you can light everything up. So we're going to put our dirt down. We're going to add our lighting to the 3rd block high. And then on the 4th block, that's going to be our next floor for our next set of farmland. But we won't need that until we unlock melons. So once we unlock melons later on in the series, I'll go ahead and make another quick tip on the farming for melons. This is just simply just trying to keep our mind as close as possible to the melon design so that we can easily transition right to melons. So when you're farming, you want to make sure you're farming your crops, harvesting them as often as possible. Do it as much as you possibly can. You see some growing, go out there and whack it. Make sure it's a substantial amount so you're not wasting your time on 18 carrots or something. But Yeah, go ahead and just make sure you're always farming. It's going to give you a nice little break from the mine. It also gives you a good amount of mana. Now that we're on the mana part of it, if you have a lot of extra money to spend and nothing really to spend it on, even though you should be buying your origins at this point, go ahead and buy some bone blocks and then craft them into bone meal. Using bone meal on your crops is not only going to make it grow faster, but it's also going to award you some mana. It's pretty bad ratio if you're just simply trying to spend money to gain mana. But if you're literally just trying to spend money and get your crops to grow, then the bone meal is a great idea because it will give you some mana as well. I wouldn't be farming for the mana until you get to melons. That's when you'll start actually yielding some really good mana. So yeah, make sure you're hitting it all the time because then your farming's going to go up, and when it comes time for those melons, you're going to be able to tear through them quicker without as many enchantments on your axe. Don't forget your lighting. Always have your crops maxed. Do not ever not plant your max amount of crops. Always plant to your cap. Just make sure you have as much as you possibly can out there. This is a new update. It's something that you should really take advantage of. Now, if you've followed through all these episodes, then you should be well on your way to island level 100, and melons are going to come like really, really quick. So as soon as you start getting to 800 crops or so, again, I'm just throwing out a number because I haven't done the math on which island level gives you a total of 1,000 crops. But as you're getting closer to that 1,000, start putting up to the level 100, like maybe roughly 80, 85, 90. Start building up that second floor. You don't have to build a whole lot, but just start building some of it because it's really going to help out later on. So if you run out of room while you're switching to your melons, because what happens is you cut all your crop space in half, just keep building up. Do not change the shape. If you change the shape, then you have a potential of not growing all your crops. If you just continue to build up, we will continue to talk about this structure and how we're going to change it to benefit us to grow everything and allow for a spawner to eventually come into play. Just build another floor. We're going to have 4 total floors up there. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 on both sides. They're each going to be four blocks high. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. As always, have a great day. If you like the content shown today, go ahead and like the video below. If you want to see more content, consider subscribing. If you haven't had a chance to ask any questions or leave any requests, do that in the comments now, and I'll handle them whenever I possibly can.